That's right. It's Pawtai here with episode 54 of Rinkside, almost getting up to that 55, milestone, which is pretty sick if I don't say so myself. I wish I was here joined by my fellow co-hosts, but they've all got other things to do this evening. So let's dive into it. In our last episode, we were talking about playoff predictions. So let's hold ourselves accountable and see how our predictions stacked up to the outcomes of the league. All right, so in the first game, we had Boston versus Turku. Boston took the series 4-3, so Pawtai and Supreme were both wrong. Yodi was correct with Boston. However, bonus point to Pawtai for guessing that it did go in 4-3 games. In our next one, we had Glasgow versus Florence. Florence took this one 4-2, so all teams, Pawtai, Supreme, and Yodi got this one correct, although no one exactly with the, perfect date or number of games. Now we had Alaska versus Columbus over in the Rocket. Alaska took this one 4-1, so Supreme and Yodi get a bonus point for guessing Alaska in 4-1. Pawtai only gets 1 point for guessing Alaska in 4-2. And then finally we had Tennessee versus Honolulu, and Tennessee took this one 4-2. So Pawtai and Yodi both correct. Yodi with the bonus point for guessing it in 4-2, and Supreme being wrong, guessing Honolulu, but did guess that it was in 4-2 games. So that's just how it went down. So let's see where we stack up right now. Excuse me. Moving on into the, the semifinals or, that would sound correct to me. Las Vegas versus Tennessee. Las Vegas taking it in 4-2 games, putting them up. And in the other team in the Rocket, we have Alaska beating Albuquerque 4-2. So it's going to be the Sinners versus the Arctic Wolves in the Rocket to see who goes into the finals. Over in Mr. Hockey, Jacksonville beat Florence in 4-3 games. So, a tight race there. Boston took down Copenhagen in 4-2 games, and that is going to put Boston up against Jacksonville over in Mr. Hockey. So, what we have right now today is a perspective on the future of not just these games, but what's going to happen in the off-season awards. So let's open up this right now. If you're not familiar with them, these are the awards, and they're really important because the players that receive them get I think 10 bonus points. Maybe it's a little less, maybe it's a little more, but around there. And so we're going to talk about who we think are the winners of these awards this season. Coming up first, Pawtai's prediction for the goals ambassador, the person who helps better the league. I've got none other than Jesse Pinkman, who I believe is, an innovator in the space of production and streaming, and, offers a bright future for us ahead if we can incorporate some of his ideas at scale. Yodi's prediction on this end is Captain Wicked for the goals ambassador. Our next award, the MVP, the most valuable player throughout the regular season, and my pick here is David Leathers along with Yodi. David Leathers was number 1 in points, number 2 in goals, number 2 in points per 60, and number 4 in assists for the season. When it comes to the OV trophy, the most goals in the regular season, I've got Voodoo, and this one's pretty simple because Voodoo scored 32 goals, which was the most. For the Gretzky Trophy, the most points in a regular season, we've got David Leathers with 61. The most assists, the Messier, is Essex Denibola and Jason Willis, I believe, are tied. Then we've got the Brodeur Trophy, is the goalie with the fewest goals in the regular season, Mason Stonewell, with 106 goals allowed, fewest in the league. The Lidstrom Trophy, the most outstanding defenseman. My pick here is Doug Britton, who's number 6 on hits and number 3 on plus minus. Yodi, on the other hand, picks up Frank Castle, the other Las Vegas defenseman. So pretty cool to see those, legends up there. Now we've got the Wah Trophy, who is the most outstanding goalie. This is Chibium Lassinger, who has the highest save percentage and the lowest goals against average. Same here with Yodi. Now for the Solani Trophy, the best rookie forward. I've got Javad Storm, and Yodi has Javad Storm. Javad Storm is the most rookie goals with 16. He put up 32 points and had a 3.48 points per 60. The Baroque Trophy, or the Bork Trophy, Defensive Rookie of the Year. This could be a D-man or a goalie. And I put up Tyler Grims, who had the most rookie hits with 135. Yodi had the same one. The Tortorella Trophy, Coach of the Year. I said Scurvy Dog, who had the best record in the league with a 38-8-5. Yodi suggests Nate Ironsides. Now for the Orr Trophy, the defensive men who displays the best offensive talents in the game. My pick here is Fulton Reed, who had the highest number of points for a defenseman with 33. Yodi, on the other hand, select Billy. I believe it's supposed to be big hits, but it could be Billy Wright. So I don't want to write him off if there's actually a player named Billy Wrights, but I do know a Billy Big Hits. So for the Bergeron Trophy, the forward who excels in defensive aspects of the game, I said Trevor Lopez. Trevor put up 108 hits, had a 57.4% face-off rating, and had 47 points this season. So just like an all-around threat. And Yodi, on the other hand, said Doug Britton, who is a defenseman. So this is like saying Doug Britton like transcends his position, where he's both a defenseman and a forward. So I really respect that pick. That's pretty cool. When it comes to the minors trophies, I just have Yodi's picks in here because I didn't feel I was educated enough to make an informed decision. But the Joffrey Trophy, the most outstanding forward in the minors, he's saying Hiroto Ichiri. For the Baumgartner, the most outstanding minors defenseman, he's got C. Demp. And then the McIntyre, the most outstanding minors goaltender, William Stevens. And for the Corey Polly Award, the player who overcomes adversity in their real life to remaining goals, he's got Yodi Logic, and I've got Matt Green. So those are our award picks for the upcoming season. And, thanks for tuning in through this quick episode. We're really knocking this one out in 5 minutes, but it's going to be pretty good going into episode 55. I hope y'all come along and view that with us. And if you really haven't touched that subscribe button yet, I'd really appreciate it. It would make my day. So take it easy until the next one.